Good day everyone, and welcome to another section of the Horizon Show. It's so good to have you guys back on my channel, and I am still your one and only faithful host, Oswaj Favor. Today we'll be looking at the topic titled, What Drives Your Life? This is a question I want us to take a minute to reflect on, because we can only discover the answer by ourselves. I hope this video will be helpful, and I would like you to engage the video. I want it to be very productive and helpful for you. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and like I said earlier, today we'll be looking at the topic titled, What Drives Your Life? I want us to take a moment before we go forward into today's video and ask ourselves this question: what drives my life? What actually makes me do the things that I do? What is the reason behind my action? What motivates me to do certain things? This is a question I want us to take a moment and ask ourselves sincerely. Take a moment, take a deep breath, answer yourself, reflect on it, and then let the answer come from within. Be genuine about it. So, in psychology, we have two types of motivation, because the word drive can be replaced with the word motivation. What motivates you to do the things that you do? We have intrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. In intrinsic motivation, this is when we are motivated by things, by forces within us, by things within us. Why intrinsic motivation? This is when we are motivated by the things that surround us, by external forces, the things that surround us. So today we are talking about what drives us to do the things we do. A lot of people are driven by guilt. A lot of people are driven by fear. A lot of people are driven by want, acknowledgement, and peer pressure. We have so many things that drives a life. We have them in the negative aspect and in the positive aspect. So what are the negative things? I wonder why someone will be driven by fear, and then you are doing the things you do just because you are scared. And fear is just a self-imposed prison, whether we like it or not. You cannot be afraid. Fear plays a kind of limitation on us. It hinders us from doing certain things. It's like it limits us to a certain position in life whereby we cannot go past, we cannot go just beyond that place, just beyond that limitation we've placed for ourselves. So today we'll be looking at different forces that drives a life. One thing I want us to notice is that every life is driven by something, whether we like it or not. You cannot tell me that your actions are just you doing it. There must be something propelling you to do such a thing. So we will be looking at both the negative aspect and the positive aspect. In the negative part, we've talked about fear. So another one I'll be talking about is guilt. A lot of people out there are driven by guilt. You feel that you've done something either in the past or something that you are not worthy of some certain things. You feel your life is driven by guilt, and then you resent yourself to a level whereby you feel that you don't deserve certain things. You just put yourself in that category of a situation whereby I can't do this because I have done this in the past. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to live such an happy life because I've done this in the past. People that are driven by guilt always end up sabotaging their success and their future if they are not careful. Another aspect is those that are driven by acknowledgement. You want people to see you. You want people to notice you. You want people to see what you are doing. You want acknowledgement and praises from men. And let me tell you, well, at first it might feel good that people are acknowledging you, they are praising you for what you're doing, but a time will come whereby this will stop. Probably stop receiving them from external forces, and then because your life has shifted to an aspect whereby you are conscious of the acknowledgement of the praises you get from people, then you forget, you get to a level whereby you are not comfortable, you don't flow well when you are not receiving it. When someone is not saying, well done, I can see you did well, blah blah blah, then you yourself, because it's not coming from inward of you, then you are confused. You know that you're just confused, but you feel like, okay, this thing is no longer coming, what can I do? And then the things you're doing, probably you drop them, you start dropping them little by little, you stop doing them and you stop focusing on them. So people's acknowledgement at times might be good, but in some situations it is not good. So the one I'll be dwelling more on today is peer pressure. This is destroying a lot of life out today, and we must come to a level whereby we talk to ourselves about it as teenagers, as youth, as young adults growing up, even as adults. Peer pressure comes in different stages of life, not just for teenagers, not just for youth, even for adults. So I'll be starting from the level of the teenager in our generation and in our world today. If you are not careful, and if you've not built a kind of how do I put it, a kind of shield around your life, that you are not affected by the things you see online, by the things you see around yourself, then you might find it very difficult living in our world today. Because if we start talking about the things, the trend, what you see on social media, the pressure from your friends to do certain things that you know that within yourself, this is wrong, this does not align with my purpose in life, this does not align with my vision, with my dream, with what and who I want to be in life, then you cannot say no to it, because it is coming, and the force it is coming stronger these days, that even those that have grown to a level, even the adults, they cannot resist it. Peer pressure out there is just on a high level. So I want us to really focus on this today. Let the youth and the teenager, let's sit ourselves down and talk about it. Why must I be pressured to do things I don't want to do just because my friends are doing it, or just because I see it on social media and it is the latest trend? Why must I do certain things? Why must I do things like that? Why must I be forced to wear clothes that I even know that I don't really want to wear them? Or why must I be forced to cut hairstyles that I know that I don't really want them, or to do things that I know that I don't really want to do them, but because my mates are doing it out there, then I have to do it as well, just because I want to feel among. A lot of life, a lot of future will be destroyed just because of peer pressure. I say this not just for saying sake, it's something I'm certain of, because by the time you're trying to meet up, by the time you're trying to fit into that category of people that are like, they are trendy, you understand, then you are neglecting what you should be focusing your attention on. You are neglecting the things you're supposed to be building. You are neglecting the future, your passion, your vision, the purpose, the reason why you are created. You are neglecting them, and you're shifting your attention onto something else that it will fade away. Do you know one thing I've discovered over time is that all this latest trend, all this fashion, all this everything going around, they fade away. In fact, they fade away so quickly that you just forget that they even exist, that they ever existed. You understand? So it's not about the clothes. At times, I do remember back when I was much younger, and I see that the way they dress back then is not the way they dress now. People back then, they will think that, okay, they are wearing the latest trend. Imagine the trend that is now, and imagine like in 10 years to this time, then you know that this thing, everything we are dying for, that we are trying to just meet up for, you know that they will fade away. And then when all this period, when the trend of the latest shoe, the latest, but when they fade away, see, the thing is that the clothes and shoes and the things you strive and you make endless efforts to get, within months you just notice that another trend is out there ringing, and then once you suffered, you struggled, you did things you know that you ought not to do just to get them, you see that, okay, it's no longer relevant. Things go out of relevance quite early in this our age and time. But one thing that will never go out of relevance is the things that we built, the things that we work on while building our purpose, the things that we work on while building our life, while building what we want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and the future we are seeing ahead of us. Those are the things that last longer. Those are the things that people appreciate you better for. I don't think anybody else there wants to appreciate you because you wear the latest shoe, the latest bag. People want to see productive youth. We want to see productive teenagers that think outside the box, that are creative, you understand? Not just being creative with what you wear. I know fashion, I know people that are into fashion, and then not just that you're wearing it just because you want to meet up to standard, but you are doing it because it is a part of you, and it is probably it is your talent, and then you are doing it in a way that it's also bringing something to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not just doing it to just meet up and show off, but then you are getting something up from it. You are building yourself for a future you want ahead of you. So that is one of the category of the negative aspect of drive, of what motivates our life. So let's go to the positive aspects. People are driven by their vision. I love the positive aspects so much that I feel like when you're driven by something you really want to do in life, like you have this vision, you have this passion for something, and then the drive, it motivates you. You know that no, favor, there's this future ahead of you that you know you just have to do everything you can, everything in your power to get there. You know that there are things that you will not give attention to them. Why? Because they don't align with the life you want to build ahead of you. They don't align with the vision, with yourself that you see in the next 5 years. So to you, they are not relevant. When people are talking about them, you are like, so, and but when people are talking about things that you give more attention to, that you see as your life vision, as your life purpose, then you are energized, you are excited about it, and you want to share more and talk more about it. That is what I'm talking about. So one of the positive aspects of drives that make us do things is our vision. Our vision takes us far and deep in life. It helps us to get faster to our purpose. It helps us to be stronger. And even though storms are beating up against us, we are just still moving forward, because we know that something is keeping us, there's something ahead of us, there's a place ahead of us that we want to get to. So it keeps us going. Another point I'll be talking about is our passion. Our passion in the sense of our talent, our gift, our skill. These are things that there are times that when I sing, I'm highly passionate about it. It's not just because I want to sing, but it gives me this kind of joy, it gives me this kind of vibe, and I like it. So at times, and I feel like, okay, if I want to get to this future that I have ahead of me, I have to work hard on my talent, on my skills, on my vision. You know, I have to build myself to a level whereby I sing, and then not just because people don't just listen to the lyrics of the song, but they see that I'm releasing life into the song. That is what I'm talking about. Our passion is also a good thing that should drive us. And one of the most important things I'll talk about is drive of the future. We should be driven by our future. There's nothing that appeals, there's nothing that gives you more strength and that energizes you than when you visualize a kind of future you want to have, and then you're just working towards it. You find it that even though when things are not balanced, just because you are looking ahead and you're saying that, oh favor, this is the type of house I want to live in, this is the type of life I want to live, you keep going and you keep pushing forward, because you know that I must get to this future, I must get to this place in life. So that is it. And the last one I'll be talking about the positive aspect is your purpose. Every person on earth, everyone on earth, we are created for a reason. There are certain things you have to achieve in life before you leave this planet Earth. People without purpose, they are just like wanderers on earth. People that are just wandering the face of earth with no purpose, with no reason. They don't have meaning. There's no meaning for their existence. They don't have a reason why they should exist. They don't have a reason why they should be here on earth. It's like one of the things that purpose do to our life is that it simplifies our life. When you are a purpose-driven person, there are certain things you will not do. It helps us. It's like it determines what we do and what we don't do. When you see purpose-driven people, there are people that they know that every of their action is like there is something that they must do because there's a place that they are going. Purpose-driven people are always people that are always on their toe, and they are always ready to take on anything as far as it is aligned with their purpose. So those are the 4 things I'll be mentioning. The first one is your vision, then your passion, then I mentioned the future, and then I talked about the purpose. So there are hundreds and thousands of drive. Today, I don't just want you to listen to this video like every other one. I want you to take your time, engage it, engage the video, sit down and reflect on it. Let it become life in you. Think about it. Think about what drives your life. Is it a drive that you really need to change? Is it something that you have to drop? I should not be driven by this. My life, if what I'm planning to be in life, if it is this, then I should not be driven by the things that are around me. What is driving my life? You should be able to know what is driving your life. You should be able to know what is behind your action. Not that you are just doing things because you want to do them, but you should have a reason why you are doing them, and you should know the reason why you are doing them. So I want us to sit down after this video, engage it. Don't just watch it, please. Engage it and discover what drives your life. it determines a lot about you. It determines how far you go in life. It determines where you get to in life. It determines what you become, the future you build in life. So don't just watch it like every other video, but please sit down, reflect on it, discover what drives your life. And I hope the video will be very helpful in helping you discover what drives your life. Thank you for joining this section, and you can follow us on all our social media platforms. And most importantly, I hope that this video is important. I hope you find it productive. I hope it helps you in guiding you to find what drives your life. So don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at The Arising. And there's something that I started of recent. It is called The Arising Episode. It happens every Friday by 7, and you can find it on my WhatsApp page, on Facebook, even on Instagram. So feel free to always join me every Friday by 7 p.m. And I hope that every of this video and every of these messages will have an impact on our life. So thank you for joining me again, and I hope you find this video very helpful. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe. Thank you. I am still your one and only host, Oswald Favor. See you next time. Bye.